chicken masala. I want 800, 900. Okay, I'm recording the session. Okay, okay, Prashant.
Okay,
I'll pass the
okay, sir.
recording.
Thank you.
I'll create one group, WhatsApp group
O-
too, so you people can
Okay,
explore
sir.
there and think. See now,
Okay, sir.
let's start actually. Okay. So what you people need to understand here, I am starting from the very basics. If you know something means this is advantage for you people. If you don't know something means don't worry. I am here to help you people. Okay, just you people need to give 100% of concentration here. Okay, I'm very strict actually, seriously speaking, because why I want you to win. Okay, I don't want you to waste time here, so that's why I'm very strict here. Okay, so I want you to been here, that's why. Okay, let's understand this technology actually. What is this cloud, what is DevOps, why people are shouting more about cloud and DevOps nowadays. Let's understand the DevOps first of all. So anything, anybody, what do you mean by DevOps actually? Give me the definition. Whatever you people think, no problem. You can give me. What do you mean by DevOps?
So DevOps is a methodology, sir. Like it is a combination of development team and operation team.
DevOps is a methodology. Kalyan came up with the two definition here. DevOps is a methodology, and DevOps is a combination of development plus operation team. Okay. Anybody? Prashant, you can give me one. What do you think? What do you guys think about DevOps?
DevOps is a intermediate between development and operations team, and DevOps it combines and execute the deployment purpose we will use.
Basically, if I say me DevOps is a bridge between development and operational team, or in another terminology, what I can say, DevOps is a automation. Okay, DevOps is a automation. Okay, DevOps is automation. DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a methodology. DevOps is a bridge between development and operational team. Now you need to understand what do you mean by development and what do you mean by operational team here. Okay, what includes development team, what includes operational team, that you need to understand. So basically, let's understand the SDLC, system development life cycle of DevOps. What DevOps is doing, what we as a DevOps engineer are doing here. Okay, now see, first of all, whenever see, what is our job role, what is our thing here, what we are going to do here as a DevOps engineer. So see, whenever I have an application, okay, I came up with some sort of application idea, client will come up with some sort of application idea. You want to build some application, what sort of application can be? Application can be banking application. You want to make a banking transaction, it can be related with the some household item sales, like basic electronic sales item. For that application can be something like Amazon, something like Flipkart, right? Those application can be. Or it can be for the messaging application, messaging only for the message. Or it can be for something like social media, Facebook, or it can be something like Instagram as well. These sort of application differences, actually these are the different type of application which we are going to come across in our day to day environment, right? This is our application. Okay, suppose somebody come up with some sort of idea and he want to build the application. Actually, what is the process we are going to follow as a DevOps engineer, and what will be our role as a DevOps engineer? So as soon as somebody will come up with the idea, actually what he will do, actually he'll reach some company. Suppose he reached to the Google or Amazon, he went to the Amazon. Actually he said, I want to build one application here. Actually this is my idea, this I want to build the application actually. So what Google will do, actually they will send him a business analyst. What is the job of business analyst actually? BA, business analyst. What this business analyst will do, actually they will take the requirement means what sort of interface he want, what is his customer base, means what sort of customer he is looking, what is his product, what sort of each and every description about this application idea, business analyst will take, and they will make proper documentation of this thing. Each and every documentation they will make, because client will have some sort of requirement, so that requirement has to be documented, because those requirement will be specific. So those tasks will be done by whom? Business analyst. If somebody is your friend means, you can understand what is his job role now. Okay, now developer will come into the picture. Now third role is a developer. Now what developer will do, actually now business analyst will sit down with the developer, right? Now this will he will sit with the developer, actually Now what this business analyst will do actually, they will sit down with the developer. Now what is the role of a developer? Please give me the answer. What is the role of developer? What they will do?
So developer writes a code for the entire application.
They will write the source code for the entire application. Very good answer. Okay, any other than this? Basically they'll write the source code for the application, right? Developer will write the application. And understand one thing here, what do you mean by application? What do you mean by application? Application will consist of a three part. Okay, front end, back end, and DB, database. If I'm saying application, or otherwise I can say about front end, back end, and database. Okay, always remember front end, back end, and database. Front end means there will be some sort of language related with the front end. To build the front end, they'll use certain sort of language. What sort of language? Something like HTML, CSS, or Java, right? You might have heard about JavaScript, right? You people might have heard about JavaScript. These are some of the sorted language with the front end. And now coming to a backend actually, what sort of languages we are going to use in the backend actually? I think you people have heard about PHP, Python here, right? We are not going to write the source code actually. We are not going to write the source code here. What we are going to do actually, this developer is going to write the source code for the front end and source code for the back end actually. Python, PHP, Java, .NET, Golang, right? So many languages are there. So according to the front end, back end actually, this developer is going to write the language, and altogether if we merge all three means this will make one application here. Now see, developer will write the source code. Now what is the next thing will come into the picture? Suppose now as soon as they'll write the source code actually, they will pass the source code into where? Into a SCM or BCS. What do you mean by SCM or BCS here? SCM is source code management tool, BCS is a version control system. Okay, SCM is a source code management tool and BCS is a version control system tool. So what is the meaning of SCM or version control system tool? See, in industry there will be so many developer who will be working on the source code. See, whenever we are dealing with a complex application, or application means there will not be only one developer. There will be so many developer. For front end there will be a different developer, for back end there will be a different developer, right? So what they are going to do actually, they will write the source code for the same actually, whatever the customized app requirement business analyst will pass to us. According to that we will write the source code, developer will write the source code. There will be so many developer in the picture. Okay, so what this developer will do actually, suppose this developer, he's my developer one, he's my first developer here. This guy is my first developer here, and this another person, he is my second developer here, and this person is my third developer here. This person is my third developer here. Now I'm supposing like this actually, what I'm supposing here, I'm supposing like this actually. So see, this guy is working in the morning, this guy is working in the evening, this white guy is working in the somewhere in the night time. Okay, they are different developer actually, they are working in a different time zone, they are working in a different places can say. Now if they are writing the source code in their laptop itself, basically if I say is local, proper terminology as a DevOps engineer for that is local. If they are writing source code in local, so what, he's working in the morning, if second developer will come means he need to call him, he need to call to the first developer, what is your work status, till what extent you have written the code for your application. He need to call, and he won't be able to see the codes. Why? Because he don't have access of his laptop. Otherwise they need to find some common platform to talk to each other and then access the code. Then he need to check. It will be tedious for number one, because he already completed the task, but still he need to sit down with the number two. Same story will be repeated with the number three. Same story will be repeated with the number four, five, six, seven, 8, 10, 100 developer. So how many developer we have actually? Same story will be repeated with each and everyone, and this is very tedious task, and this is not a practical way of working. So what is the thing here? As soon as they'll write the source code here, they'll pass the source code into the repository here, centralized repository on the server. That is called source code management tool or version control system here. Basically there is one place on the internet, there is one repository here on the internet actually, that is called github or bitbucket or gitlab. Basically you can think like a hard disk. For now you can think like a hard disk, till I am not going into that concept. So there we will keep all the source code. All the developer will keep the source code there. All the code, whatever the code they are writing, they'll keep on one common platform. Now see the change now. Developer second will come, he will check whatever one have written and he'll start straight away from there. Developer third will do the same, he'll check here, he'll check the source code here, he will start straight away from there. Developer 4 will do the same, developer 5 will do the same. There is a one common platform where they can check the code, where from there they can start the work. Very easy, very simple. Okay. And what are source code management tool? Basically terminology, understand the terminology. SCM, source code management, a place where we are keeping our source code. Who is writing the source code? Developer is writing the source code. What do you mean by version control system? What do people understand by version control system? Version, what do you mean by version? Android 1, Android 2, Android 3, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7. What is this? These are different versions, right? But this is a different version of mobile, or can say different version of software. But here we are going to talk about different version of code. What do you mean by different version of code? Okay. Something like this. Now I have written like this. Just now I have written like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I have written like this code, and after I'll change this code. What I'll do? I'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I changed. Basically, version means slight modification of the previous build. Whatever the build you have created previously, I'm going to add some feature in that. I'm going to add some feature in that, and I'm going to change. That will be in case of application. If I say the code means slight modification of the previous code. If you say the application means slight modification of previous application. If you said about technology or mobile phone, slight modification of previous mobile phone. That is called versioning here. Here we are going to do the different versioning here, different sort of code we are going to keep here. Example of version control system, anybody? I am expecting answer from you people, okay? And I want 100% of 10
Sir, Git,
tentative.
sir.
Example, give me the example.
Git,
Git and GitHub. Okay, this is
Bitbucket,
one
sir.
of the example, and I want you people to sit on some pair. There is no noise here, okay? I don't want people to have noise, okay? Okay. So always remember, Git and GitHub is a one example of this version control. Another one is a Bitbucket. Have you heard about Bitbucket? It's trending nowadays. GitLab is also trending. These are some example of, actually these are the some of the example of a version control or source code management tool. These are all some sort of a version control system or source code management here. Okay. Now coming to next thing here. What is the next process here? What we need to see here is a build. Why we need to build? We need to build the source code, right? We have each and everything to build our house. Okay, now we need to build our house, right? So basically same thing, we need to build. What we need to build here? We need to build our source code here. Now see, understand the application in another terminology. If I says application equal to, in the terminology as a DevOps engineer, you need to understand this terminology here. One application will be equal to source code plus library or dependencies file. If I says one application as a DevOps engineer, you need to understand one application will be equal to source code plus library or dependencies file. Now, see who is writing the source code? Kalyan, who is writing the source code?
Sir, developer, sir.
Yeah,
Developer.
yeah, developer is writing the source code, right? They are writing the source code. What about library and dependencies file? Are they writing the library and dependencies file? Developer will write only source code. Please understand that. Developer will write only source code. Developer will not write library and dependencies file. So from where we are going to get the library and dependencies file? Library and dependencies file we are going to get from the centralized repository of the build tool. So whatever the build tool we have here, from there we are going to get the library and dependencies file. That's why we are going to build the code. Build the code means we are going to combine the code with the library and dependencies file. All together it will create one, what? It will create one what? It will create one application here. Application here means It will generate the artifact. There is one proper terminology for this thing. You people need to understand the technical terminology here. You people are going to generate what? You people are going to generate the artifact, or basically in another terminology, you people are going to generate the build. Okay, you people are going to generate the build from here. Okay, this is all together will make this thing here. Now see, this library and dependencies file will depend upon what? This library and dependencies file will depend upon the whatever the languages we used in front end, whatever the languages we used in the back end. According to that, it will change. Okay, it will change library and dependencies file. So what this build tool are doing, basically they are creating library and dependencies. They are creating the library and dependencies according to the language used here. Whatever the language we are using for the back end, whatever the languages we are using for the front end here, according to that we will attach with the source code. We will attach the library and dependencies file along with the source code to generate the artifact here. This is application artifact here. Basically artifact means you need to deploy this. Now you need a place to deploy the application here. Okay, now you need a structure, you need a place to deploy the application. Now infrastructure will come into the picture. Now let me talk about the build tool here. How many build tool are there? Any build tool you might know? Anybody? Prashant,
So,
name one build tool here.
sir, Maven, sir.
Have you heard about ant, maven, gradle? These are some of the example of build tool here. We are going to learn about the maven here. We will learn what the maven is actually, how we are going to build the source code using maven. Actually we need to understand that. Okay, we generated the artifact till here. We generated the artifact here. After generating the artifact, we generated artifact till here. Now what is the thing we need to understand here? As I said, we need a platform here. Now what platform we need here? We need one platform here to generate the artifact, to deploy the artifact, whatever the artifact we have. Just a second, it's coming white actually. Yeah, I'm able to write now. So see, what is the thing here? We need to deploy. Now see, we need to deploy basically. Now infrastructure will come into the picture here. Now what? Infrastructure will come into the picture here. Actually, this is getting hanged here. Just a second. My keyboard right click is not working actually sometime. Now it's okay, I think. Yeah, now it's okay. I need to buy a mouse actually by tomorrow. So see, what is the thing here? So here we need to deploy our application. Deploy our application means what are the environment, what are the platform can be for the deployment? Cloud. We can use the cloud services here. Whatever the cloud services we have, actually whatever the cloud platform we have, whether you use Azure, GCP, AWS, actually wherever you want to deploy you can deploy actually. So see, this cloud is divided into a services. Okay, this cloud is divided into a services. I'm going to talk in a short while about this thing as well. So this cloud is divided into a services. So here what we are going to use, we are going to use some of the services of cloud. Basically understand till then, we are going to use some of the services there. We are going to deploy the application. That is one of the platform. And how this platform will be decided? That platform will be decided according to the client requirement. What is the requirement of client? What client want? According to that we will decide where we can deploy our application here. Another example, another place we can do is a Docker. We can deploy our application into a Docker itself. Okay, Docker is one of the platform here. I think Prashant heard about Docker, right? I think Kalyan also heard about Docker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, another platform is a Kubernetes, right? We can deploy our application
Yes.
into a Kubernetes as well. These are another platform actually. How we are going to deploy the application, that is not possible to teach in one lecture actually. For that you need to attend the class, right? So for that, see, Docker is one of the platform actually. Kubernetes is one of the platform. The time we'll learn about this thing, the time we will learn about cloud, Docker and Kubernetes in end to end, we will learn actually how we are going to create the application deployment here. and how the working cycle of Docker is, how the working cycle of Kubernetes is, how build tool works actually, how, what is the version control system, how we are going to store the source code in the version control system. There are so many aspects inside actually, so that we will understand in the future coming classes actually. Now see, this I says, okay, this is the thing here. Now if client says means okay, you deployed the application into the client cloud, and same URL will give actually DNS you will give to the username, this you will give to the client actually. If client is happy means your application is okay. Okay, your client is happy means your application is okay. Otherwise different version of application will come into the picture. What version of application will come into the picture? Then you need to go to the 2.0, then next build will start 2.0, then afterward 3.0, then afterward 4.0. It will go and it will keep going actually, until and unless our client is not satisfied. Whatever the interface he was looking actually, whatever his requirement was with the business analyst, if that requirement match means your work is over. But understand one thing here, this is not automation. I was saying in the definition itself what I said. I said what I said. DevOps is automation, but there is no automation. This is a simple task I am doing here, right? And what about development plus operation team now? Understand it. What about development and operation team here? Let me add two more tool here. Infrastructure wise, we are going to learn about Terraform and Ansible. Infrastructure wise, we are going to learn about Terraform and Ansible from here. Okay, this is the Terraform and this is the Ansible here. We are going to understand here. Now see, this is not automation. As I said, this is not automation actually. This is a manual way. And second thing, what you people need to understand, you people need to understand about one more thing. What is the development team and what is operation team? Dev team means team from the developer till built, till generating the artifact. This is a dev team. Always remember. This is a dev team. This is a dev team actually. All together, they will create the build for you people. Okay. Now, what about operation team means? Deployment team. Terraform, Ansible, Cloud, Docker, Kubernetes, whatever the deployment platform they are going to create actually, this is called ops team, operation team. Okay, always remember, whenever you people are going to do, whenever you people are going to work, actually you people need to understand who belongs to which team. Okay, this is a dev and ops team. Now you people understood about dev and ops. Now let's understand the automation actually. As I said, this is a manual task. Whatever the task I shown you, whatever the work we as a DevOps engineer we are shown here, that is the automate. Actually, this is a manual task. Now CI/CD will come into the picture. What do you mean by CI/CD? Anybody? Any ideas? CI/CD
Continuous
means
integration,
continuous integration and
development,
continuous integration and continuous.
development, sir, development,
Your voice
Deploy.
is not okay. Who is there? Prashanti is saying, or
continuous
who
development,
is
sir.
saying? Yeah, your voice is not okay, Kalyan. Yeah, now it's okay. Development, basically, I says continuous development. Development is not terminology here actually. Continuous deployment or continuous delivery. Continuous delivery means, what do you mean by continuous delivery or continuous deployment? Continuous delivery or continuous deployment here, there is a two thing here. Whenever we are going to understand, Jenkins will come into the picture now. What is a Jenkins? Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. And what do you mean by CI/CD? Continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. Basically, what is the meaning of that? Let me make you understand here. So here is the two thing here, Pole SCM and Webhook. Actually, there will be a two thing. As I said, whenever I'm going to go into the tool, I'll teach each and everything in very descriptive manner, and it will be very systematically manner. You people no need to overthink here. Just try to understand whatever I'm trying to say here. Pole SCM here. First thing is a Pole SCM. Second thing is a Webhook here. What we are going to do actually, we will configure this one with the repository here. As soon as developer will make the changes, as I said, there will be so many developer who will be working on this, right? As soon as they will make any changes here, as soon as they'll pass some code here, source code here, automatically build will start with the help of Pole SCM and Webhook. How it will be, I'll at the time of particular tool itself, tool section, I'll show you this thing. So as soon as developer will make any code changes into this thing, into the SCM or version control system, automatically trigger will start. Automatically trigger will start actually as soon as it will start the trigger here, automatically build will start. Integration means build. Integration means automatically it will integrate the source code with what? Library and dependencies file. Automatically, because we have created the manual infrastructure before, right? From there it will be able to create. Automatically artifact will be generated, automatically it will be deployed to the our respective environment. But there are more, see inside this cluster, whatever SDLC I am saying, there are more thing about this SDLC, but I am just giving you people overview. See, in actual environment, whenever we are going to work here, actually this is called environment, these are called environments. Environments means platform where we are deploying our application. Cloud is one of the platform, cloud is one of the platform here, Docker is one of the platform here, Kubernetes is one of the platform here. So actually what we are going to do, we will not directly deploy anything on in our production environment. What do you mean by production or prod environment? What do you mean by production environment here? Production environment means something. So suppose I hit it the server, I hit it the Facebook www.facebook.com, I hit it the actual environment, actually I got my request back. Whatever I requested, actually I'm looking for a nice places near Hyderabad, I'm looking for a nice places near Bangalore here, I'm looking very nice places to travel in India. So if I search something on internet, basically something on my website, that particular website whatever we are creating here, if I search something on that website means the end result I should get. If I'm able to get that end result means that is in the production, basically that is working, that is in the production environment. So whenever we have anything in the production environment, actually whenever we are building from the scratch, we are not going to basically whenever we are going to build from the scratch, we will create one our own test environment, we'll create one test environment. So whatever the CI/CD will be triggered, actually that will be passed into the first into the test environment. We will check into the test environment first whether whatever the code changes we did, that is okay or not. We will test that locally, basically into our environment. Then we will transfer that to the production environment directly. We will not integrate anything into our production environment, always remember. So see, now you people can ask me a question, how many environment we people can create. So it will depend upon how big is your application, actually how complex is your application, what you feel. You might have heard about working area, this is staging, pre-prod, production. These are some of the environment, actually these are just the naming convention. Basically you people need to understand is we are going to create the environment here. Environment here means test environment, then we will transfer that into the production environment. If somebody will click on that, so that same thing end user will be able to access that same into the production environment. Okay, continuous integration and continuous delivery, you understood what is CI/CD here. Automatically now automation here, as soon as developer will make any changes, automatically build will trigger, automatically application artifact will be generated, automatically whatever our virtual environment, whatever these environment are, automatically application will be deployed there. We will check whether that is okay or not, we will directly transfer this into the production environment. In another terminology, there is a two team here, you need to understand. This is the part of release team here. Somebody says release means, what do you mean by release here? Release means deployment team, or release means deployment team where your application code are getting delivered. That is a part of release team here. And second thing is, if I says about built here means, this is my built team here. Built means integration team, basically the team who is generating artifact. Okay, artifact will be all together with the library and dependencies file, but you need to understand that library and dependencies file will depend upon the source code. What language we are writing the source code, who is writing the source code, developer will be writing the source code. Now see, there are so many things in the Jenkins itself. You might have heard about the sonar queue. Have you heard about a sonar queue? Prashant, Kalyan, have you
Definitely,
people
sir.
heard about sonar
Actually,
queue?
Yes, sir. Just a heads up, but I don't
definitely,
know
sir.
what is the use of sonar cubes.
No problem. That I'm going to show. Basically, what we are going to do here, we are going to code quality check. See, there are so many, as I said, inside this SDLC, inside the system development life cycle itself, there are so many things which we need to understand. So, SonarQ, what we are going to do here, we are going to check the code quality check. Code quality check means, first thing is, code should not be a complex, right? If complex code means, it will be difficult for another person to understand actually. So, we should avoid complex creation of the code. Basically, developer should avoid that. That we will check. Code quality check, right? Is there any vulnerability in the code? Is there problem in the code? If the code is not wrong, okay, definitely we need to. That is a common practice. If code is not means code is not okay means if there is error in the code means definitely we need to send back that code, right? That we are going to check whether that code is okay or not, whether whatever the code developer have written actually that is as per the standard, as per our requirement or not, that we are going to check actually. Okay, each and every code we are going to check. Usually 80% of the code we are going to check. According to that we are going to generate the report here. Code quality check we are going to check. There are so many aspects as a DevOps engineer we need to check actually. Okay, this is just a small overview about this thing. This was a trailer of DevOps actually, so you people might have enjoyed this a little bit. So whenever I am going to go into, whenever the time I'll go into actual tool, actually you people will understand each and every integration of this thing, how this will work. Can you take a screenshot of this thing? Please take a screenshot of this thing and confirm me once. After taking the screenshot, confirm me once. Take the screenshot of this thing, please. And confirm me faster. See, I am expecting you people to speak. I don't want you people to be like this, right?
Yeah, done.
Done.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
done?
Done.
Done, right?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay, I'm moving ahead. Now I'm going to the cloud actually. Let's demonstrate you what do you mean by cloud here. See where cloud came into the picture? Here. Cloud came into the picture here. Deployment platform. This is one of the use of cloud. Don't think like only for deploying application we are going to use the cloud. Okay. So there are actually in cloud there are 280, 250 plus services in AWS actually. So those services actually use of those services will differ from the depend upon application actually, what depend upon services actually. There are 280 plus services, 250 plus services actually. Use of those services will vary actually. For different use there are different services actually. How this cloud is working, let's understand that. Now understand about the cloud actually, what cloud is. What actually what cloud is, what was before cloud? Before cloud there was on-prime storage. Basically on-prime data center can say, basically on-prime server can say. Okay, basically there was on-prime. On-premises, on-premises itself means IBM is here, so IBM have a data center there itself. Okay, IBM have a there itself, each and everything they have there itself. Suppose they want to deploy application or they want to create the application, what they will do actually. So each and every hardware component whatever they required they will take. Hard disk they need. What are the component we required for our server to create? Hard disk we need, right? RAM we need, right? Processor we need, right? i7, i5, i6, whatever the processor was that during that time. Or nowadays if we want to create our on premises data center or on premises server, basically I says, basically we have a requirement of hardware. And second requirement will be operating system, we need operating system. And then above those we will create on our application environment, whatever the application we want to create, we will create on that. Basically we will assemble each and everything, right? So many buyers will be there, connections will be there, networking stuff will be there, storages will be there, processing speed will be there. Each and everything what we will do here, we will create in on premises itself. On premises itself means on the same environment, whatever the environment we are using here, there itself we will create on the same office, same space, like the same building. Okay, IBM is in one building actually, on the same building itself I'll create one. Okay, there. But problem with on-premises storage here is on-premises storage, on-premises server creation or on-premises data centers basically is initial cost is very high. So see whatever the component is creating here, whatever the component is adding there means initially you need to invest. Nowadays, let me give you a roughly calculation about i7 processor. Definitely it will cost you 100 USD. At least 100 USD it will cost you in India nowadays. Okay, around 80,000 for i7 processor. Something comes with a 1 terabyte of hard disk. Okay, so this will cost you this much. Now expect something. Suppose some organization is producing data every day 2 to 3 petabyte. If they are producing data of 2 to 3 petabyte daily, if they are producing this much of data daily, okay, how the data, you people knows about data, how they are producing? Do you know people knows the data units actually? How this is? 1 bit equal to, demonstrate. Do you people knows what is this bit, byte, MB, PB, GB, TB? Understand this one. 1 bit equal to, actually 1 byte equal to, not bit equal to, 1 byte equal to 8 bit. Okay, understand that. As a DevOps engineer, you people need to understand, because the time we are going to configure into a cloud, you people need to understand about this thing. Okay, this is very very helpful for you people. 1 byte equal to, this is very very basics. Okay, 1 byte equal to 8 bit. Okay, and 1 KB equal to, anybody idea?
On and around 1,000 something.
Who said?
Gopi.
Brahmanand. Brahmanand is a comedian, right? He said, I think, right? So 256 byte, no problem. Well try, no, well try. Okay, don't hesitate to speak. Okay, 1 KB equal to 256 byte. Okay, and 1 MB equal to
1000 KB.
1000 to 4 KB. Very good, very good. You was nearby. And then 1 GB equal to,
1000 MB.
no, 1002. Check. Okay, and what about TB now? Terabyte, 1024
1024 gigabyte.
GB actually. See, I need to add it here. This is not KB, this is MB. Okay, so see GB here. Then 1 PB equal to, petabyte equal to,
Terabytes, 1,000 terabyte.
okay, this much I am talking.
TB.
See, this much I am talking. Take a screenshot of this thing also. This will be very very helpful. Okay, understand that. 1 byte equal to 8 bit, 1 KB equal to 256, 1 MB equal to this much, this much, this much. Now you can relate. I am talking about 2 petabyte here. Means how much it will be? 2048 TB, terabyte. You understand how big is this, right? How much big data is this? If we need to store this much of data, suppose I am storing only one hard disk. If I am taking only 1 TB, not one hard disk, actually, if I am storing only 1 terabyte of data in 1000 USD, 100 USD, so how much money I need for this much of storage, and how much will be my initial cost? Not everyone can afford. This will be quite high, quite huge. Infrastructure creation, actually whatever the resources you need in initially on premises is very very high. Initial cost is very very high, not everyone can afford. So because of that reason, actually cloud came into the picture. What cloud provider did, actually whatever the configuration we did here, what cloud provider is doing, actually cloud provider created data centers. They put it each and everything into the data center. They put it each and everything into data center actually. So what they said, what this cloud provider said, actually whatever the thing you want to create, actually create, we are giving you for rent. Okay, how long you want you can use. Suppose you want for 10 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour. Okay, pay me what you use. Okay, pay me what you use. And see, if you want to create one application, simple application, and if you want to use that, if you want to use the infrastructure only for the 5 to 6 hours. Okay, see, for the 5 to 6 hours, you no need to rent this much. You no need to, not rent, actually you no need to buy this much, right? You no need to do this one. So that is the thing you need to understand here, right? So see, What cloud provider is doing? They are renting you. What they are renting? They are renting you hard disk here, storage. They are renting. They are renting the networking stuff. They are providing the platform. Actually, how they are now, see how this cloud provider are working. As I was talking about data center, okay, what they did actually, there is one specific term. They created the data center into a different regions. That is called region in cloud. Here, what they did, they created the region in the data center. Actually, they'll created the data center into the region, and those region they divided into the zones. Zones means something like this. Inside Hyderabad there is a Gachibowli, Madhapur, KPHP. Okay, those are called zones within the region. Within the region, what will be there? Within the region there is some sort of zones here. Okay, inside the zones you can create. Okay, inside the zones region they created here. So that is the thing. They created the data center into these places actually. So see, they created the data center. AWS have a data center in Hyderabad itself. So because the people nearby here can access the whatever the information they need. There are more many aspects. As I said, in 1 hour it's not possible to teach and each and everything. So just understand the basics from here. So these are the things. Now see, as I said, a cloud provider, what cloud provider is doing actually, they are providing 250 plus services. As I said, terminology is a services here. That those services will vary. Those services will vary. How they will vary? They will vary according to three things: IaaS, infrastructure as a services, platform as a services, another one is a software as a services. Software as a services. Infrastructure as a services means you are going to create the infrastructure. You are going to create the laptop. Think like this: laptop with operating system, and that you are going to rent from the cloud. Okay, and those and that infrastructure services will be there in the form of services here. There will be, see, these 250 services, whatever the 250 services are, these 250 services will be divided into a sub regions here, sub things here, not regions here. Infrastructure as a service is some, platform as a service is some, software as a service is some. These all the services, 250 plus services, are divided into all these three sections. So what is your requirement? You want infrastructure as a services. Basically, you want a laptop with the operating system. So there will be something like this. What is that? That is called EC2 there. EC2 is there. This is one of the services in cloud. EC2. And you want a platform as a services. Basically, platform as a services means you will have a each and everything operating system. Basically, you'll have each and everything: laptop, operating system plus platform. Platform means where you want to deploy your application. You want to deploy application into EKS. There is one service is here, EKS. Okay, EKS. You need one platform. You don't want to create your infrastructure. Okay, you don't want to put money for infrastructure. You want existing platform there, existing infrastructure you want. Then you can use a platform as a services. Then afterwards, software as a services, Microsoft 360. You people have heard about Microsoft 360. Software as a services means what it's like. They are going to give you a software. Okay, you can use that. They'll charge you according to this actually, or cloud provider divided or services here. Okay, that we need to understand here. Now let me be see what I tomorrow, what I want from you people. I want each and everyone to create a AWS account. AWS account, actually I cannot say AWS account is free for 1 year. Some of the services comes free under AWS services. Okay, some of the services come under AWS cloud. Some of the services comes free. Actually, that you need to understand. That I'll teach at the time of teaching itself. That I'll show you people actually what are the services you need to be careful. What are the services comes under free tier. Here you people need a Visa card to create the account. Whatever the account you people wish to create here, you people need to create using Visa card. Okay, and the Rupee card will not work. Okay, that is the thing you people need to understand. So I am closing the class here today. Okay, this much. Tomorrow I'll come up with the, yeah. I think I lost the network in middle, right? Yeah, some I'm using 100 Mbps internet, but sometime I'll get this thing. Okay, just a second. Am I audible to you people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you lost me in the middle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just so what I was saying, actually, you people need to create one account, AWS account here. You people need a Visa card. If credit card, that is also okay. They are going to deduct 2 rupees from your ATM. Okay, from your account, basically, not ATM. They are going to deduct 2 rupees actually, and after they will refund that, and the Rupee card will not work. Okay, so I want
Sir, your
tomorrow. I
voice
want each in.
is
Yeah.
breaking, sir.
Okay, let it settle down actually.
Your
Okay.
voice is breaking.
Yeah, just a second. Let it settle down actually. Sometime
Voice
this
is not
internet will. Yeah, just a second. Just let it settle down. Sometime this internet will give me a problem actually. It's with everyone, I guess. Okay. Now is it okay? Audible to you people or not?
yes, sir. Okay.
Thanks, you
Okay.
are.
Yeah. Now, so you people need to
Yes,
create
sir.
one AWS account here tomorrow, so we can get into work. And I'll pass this recording to you people actually. So what you people can do?